Hello! Well, I've got some bad news and some good news. The bad news is, last time I went to record, it turns out I targeted the wrong visual window and didn't actually get any gameplay recorded. So, some gameplay has vanished forever. The good news is that it was about a half hour of repositioning. Nothing really major happened. The big battle here is about to start, but it hasn't started yet. But I'll give you a quick recap. These guys from before, they've kept moving, but one of them stopped on a river, and I have no idea why. I think it's because Kinsato was around here, and he decided that this route was the best. Well, when I saw that, and I saw how long this guy was gonna take to move, assuming I can target a grid space properly, I decided I don't actually need to stay and defend here because it's going to take so long for them to reach me that the battlefield is probably going to look very different by then. Also, reinforcements start showing up around here, so I need these guys up along this side anyway. This guy decided to be a hero and jump across the river ahead of everyone else, so that's gonna be fun. I'd like Kinsato to take this village over here. I think there's gonna be reinforcements coming along this road. So Weizsäcker and Kinsato are gonna stay around here, fight reinforcements from either side, maybe get some support from the others. This space in general seems like a pretty good place for me to draw out the enemy, fight them a couple at a time. That's why I moved Ippei up here. He'll draw this guy out. The only problem is these four legs. This one is going to move onto the bridge and attack, and if I closed in and attacked him from close quarters, it could cause the problems. Though maybe having Ayana, no, that would also be bad. So that's going to be tricky. Most likely what will happen is a four-leg will attack Ippei, get punched due to quick move, and then go back and repair, and I won't be able to chase him. Oh well. I also defeated the medium AFW that was here. Nothing complicated happened. So my apologies for the missed content. This guy seems to have a fairly troublesome troop setup with, well, not troublesome if I was aiming to defeat the troops, because I could at least eliminate one squad without too much trouble. The real problem is if I want to go for a knockout punch right away with Weizsäcker. By punch I mean shooting, of course. Although, maybe I should reconsider. Do they have repair? Because if they... yeah, they do. Okay, so walking up and using a straight strike, probably not going to work. Alright, let's go attack, shoot it as much as we can, see where things go from there. I'm definitely going to take some squad damage due to the enemy's snipe. I'm surprised they loaded up the illumination shot. Any other special shell would work better here. Not that I'm complaining. They did it because it's a supply unit and they'll be able to reload faster, of course. So, what am I gonna do? You must have pressed the button immediately because I was still at short range. They should have an easy time hitting me. That's okay, that's less damage than I expected. After I fire, I should move my recon forward so they take the next snipe. I might even have to move forward after the next shot. Because I think he's gonna be switching his troops around all the time. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to walk forward a bit to avoid the drop-off. Huh, that's a little bit odd. Oh wow, that actually went in my favor for once. If this doesn't hit, I'll use a quick fire. So even though all of my shots were fairly high percent, I think I got pretty lucky in having every last one of them hit. Also, considering that I wiped out an AFW in one exchange without a maximum attack, I mean, if you've been watching this for a while, you know how terrifying Weizsäcker is in that machine, but this every little reminder kind of I don't always remember exactly how damaging this guy is. So how am I gonna move this guy around? I think I'm going to move him up here as step 2 of my approach here. Because right now I want to wait for a response to Ippei, and Jun could use some more troop recovery after that ink shrap that I definitely could have avoided. I think this is a good spot for Ryoko. Ideally, I'd like her to be here, but this is fine too. Right, so I think something's wrong with how I look at the map, and the reason I say this is I look at these really bulky AFWs and think that they're going to be anti-AFWs, but no, it's a medium. And I should have expected it to move onto the village and attack at a diagonal. That actually makes things easier for me. It's going to limit the enemy positioning a bit more. With the village and the bridge occupied, the enemy's going to be a lot more stuck due to the river, so I should be more free to move and attack them. In theory. I'll need to take a closer look at the map once this is done. And there goes the shield. Having an anti-AFW punch the enemy's shield off is just so convenient. Now here's an interesting thought. Should I move forward and just shoot at the enemy a lot? I don't think so. I mean, mechanics are great and all, but that's more risk than I need to take. I don't have to eliminate this guy right away, and I don't think I'd be able to take him out in one exchange, and that's pretty much what I'd have to do, because moving up real close would be very risky. Although I guess I don't really have a choice because I forgot to move forward soon enough. That was not smart of me. This is why I shouldn't play when I didn't get enough sleep. Well, I think the enemy is going to use wire, which is no big deal. Oh, okay, no need to worry. And I got a free shot off. Not that it matters all that much. Ippei's strength is not as in shoot. Yeah, it's not in his shooting, after all. Also occurred to me that maybe I should turn down the game volume just a little bit. I apologize for all of the weirdness about the game volume versus my voice volume. I've been using a little bit of a different recording method recently, and it's taking a little bit of tweaking. I've never seen Ippei miss a punch. Okay. I guess he plans to move on to the river next. Oh. You have 2 maximum attacks. I don't know who else might, but that is a thing worth checking. Aim weapon. Okay. That is actually worth considering. Now this placement does mean that Ryoko won't be able to do a whole lot. Well, actually I take that back. I don't really see why she wouldn't be able to soften these guys up. So can anyone attack over here? It might not be a good idea. Well, it might not be good, but what I was thinking was it might not be a bad idea to pull one of these guys out onto the river. I could smash them up pretty well that way. I mean, it's a risky move, but these guys, they just took their move, and I should be able to finish off this guy at least before he gets to move again, maybe. Although Jen won't be able to act first, that's a bit of a shame. Thing is, Ippei goes before anyone else. That's a little awkward. And it'll be messy if Emilio goes forward and goes into a short-range infantry battle. On the other hand, Ayana should be able to deal some good damage. Like, eliminate their squads, hurt them a fair bit. So I don't really need to worry. Right, I'll make the move. Emilio is probably the best person for this job. Right, pull one of these out onto the river. Yeah. There's no need to attack. He'll need his health because the enemies are going to initiate on him. Oh right, the reinforcements are mostly going to go this way. I thought they were going to head down here because of that first light AFW that went across, but probably not. In that case, John and Weizsäcker will be able to move up here. So where's Jen gonna go in that case? Well, it doesn't matter. Ayana is gonna go next. We'll see how things develop. I don't see any ink trap here. I mean, Ayana's going to take APC shells, but what else is new? It shouldn't be too bad at long range. And the enemy doesn't have repair available to them right now, so maybe an aim weapon would be good. My percentage isn't that great, but at least it'll be an automatic hit. And using max attacks on the heavier AFWs is usually a good idea anyway. Nope. Alright, well, it was worth a try. So they have two of those, so I'm probably gonna get a broken weapon. Yeah, they're going to be using a lot of things that allow them to fire as soon as they're loaded up. I think the co-op, when they don't have anyone to cooperate with, is a little bit too strong. It's about as good as Focus, which is, well, supposed to be the more independent skill. So maybe cooperation just shouldn't work if they're not next to anyone, or maybe it should be even weaker, like maybe just firing a normal shot. That's what I'd do. I was actually planning to aim at the enemy troops. Well, I guess things will be okay. I mean, it's not like damage against their AFW is a bad thing. I wonder what their aiming chances are. Yep, there it is. One thing I never quite figured out is whether damage is actually decreased if your weapon is destroyed. I know aiming is slowed down a lot. Looks like it's decreased a little bit, maybe. Oh wow, normal shot. I thought they were gonna use another APC. Let's see. I think I got... No, I don't have repair. But it'll be worth getting that one last co-op off. I think I got enough time for it. Though it's gonna be close. Actually, you know what? This is a good opportunity to see if Bombard is enough to finish off a weakened enemy, even if my weapon is broken. I'm using her maximum attacks a lot more often than I usually do. Alright, looks like that was enough. Although that does mean I probably won't be able to finish their infantry. Unless they decide to move them forward again. But I'd rather have them load up their infantry than their supply for the final battle where I finish them off. So where can they attack me from? They can attack me from here or here. Either way, that puts them on a river, so might not be a bad idea. Actually, Weizsäcker needs the troop recovery more than Cansado does, so I'm moving him over. That'll be a free... Yeah, he's not really that damaged, so he doesn't need to manual recover. Anyway. Actually, if I move Epée on here, they'll draw out another of these guys to attack him at short range, I think. That'll be good for me. And if I move him here, Ryoko will be able to attack whoever moves up from a diagonal. So I didn't actually need to soften up their troops, but I guess that makes it a good thing I took those body shots, like the one that I didn't intend to. Weird how that works out. And Ayana's co-op attacks might not have been a waste either. It didn't make the other side really conservative with their troops. If this deals 89 damage, I'm going to be annoyed. Though I think this is the less armored of the medium AFW, so it should be fine. Ooh. And there we have it. You know what? I think this one probably has maximum attacks too. In fact, oh wow, that is a beefy hit point total and shield. So yeah, that's almost certainly a sub-commander. APCR, huh? Well, that's... I mean, look, deciding that the enemy is likely to attack this guy at long range is not a bad assumption at all. I think I'm gonna try using that whole white phosphorus thing to keep the enemy back and hit him with grenades. See how that works. Because if this guy does what I think he's gonna do, yep. This is the design that I was hoping I would see a long time ago. Like, an anti-AFW on the enemy side that uses quick move, like, they have 2 charges for it, let's say. I think that's optimal. Let's see if I can fire off a grenade or 2. Nope. That guy wastes no time. Well, it's a good thing I have a little bit of shield left, then. Yeah, I say 2 uses of quick move is good, because that means the player is probably going to have their anti-FWs up front, so the enemy, the computer is going to waste one. But having that extra one in stock will make me, yep, there it is, will make me a little more careful on how I engage this guy. Actually, Attacking this person at long range will work fine. Although not with Ayana the way she is right now. She needs to repair. It's actually most dangerous if Ryoko does it. Actually, this was not a bad move on their part. He moves again before Ippei does. So where can he go from here? There's actually not that much he can do, even though there's an open space right here. I mean, worst case scenario, he moves up and attacks Ryoko, but that means he'll use a quick move and Ryoko will punch first with Rapid Strike and she has a full shield. In fact, that might actually be the best way for things to go. Anyway, where do I want John to be? Would it be interesting if this guy attacked John from medium range? The idea does have its appeal. Unfortunately, I can't move it so that this guy can attack at long range rather than short. That's a little bit odd, but whatever. Yeah. Infantry, shooter, and medic. Too bad I can't see... Oh, I actually can see their skills. Yeah, so white phosphorus, blah blah blah. And focus? Did they just run out of co-op? Yeah, so Ayana definitely needs to recover, but that's okay. That was a fairly dangerous enemy that she just had to exchange punches with. Alright. I'm not quite sure which order these guys move, but I think this will work out. And also it'll draw them this way, and I think that'll be best for what I have in mind. I think Kinsato needs to recover in place, though. I'm just thinking, what's the worst that can happen? And I'm having trouble figuring out what that might be. Even they don't have maximum attacks either. And remember when? Oh, okay, that's the worst that could happen. When do these guys move? I have no idea. So that brings up an interesting question. Where should Kinsato be in the face of all this? On the plus side, I guessed correctly on where reinforcements would come from. But this is not looking so great. Well, at least it's... Actually, you know what? This could be a lot worse. They won't be able to reach John anytime soon. Weizsäcker gets his turn fairly soon. And when does Kinsato move if he recovers here? About 2.5 hours? That's not bad at all. Yeah, no one will be able to reach him, and if I understand reinforcements properly, it's like they just start their turn here. And even if one of those guys does attack him, well, that's fine. He hasn't seen enough action anyway. So this is the tricky thing. Do I have Ryoko stay here in a hope to bait this guy out? Or do I have her move up and attack at a diagonal? I don't think that's actually a great idea because the enemy will just quick move anyway. And Ayana won't be able to follow up. But if he moves up here and uses his last quick move, then Jun will be able to follow up by moving this way. The alternative is that he goes after Emilio and Ippei, or Ippei, who can definitely take it, but that's not what their behavior has been like so far. Alright, we're about to learn something about how the AI works, I guess. But I've been playing for a fair bit. The main battle has started. We've got a plot twist. And I'll figure out how to react to this between this time and next time. I'll see you then.